Hi guys, welcome to Flick Finest. Welcome to a world where the dead rise and the living fight for survival. In the 21st century, zombie movies have carved out a niche as one of the most beloved and enduring genres in cinema. From pulse-pounding thrillers to dark comedies, these films offer a glimpse into the human condition under extreme duress. Join us as we count down the top 10 zombie movies of the century, each offering its own unique take on the apocalypse. We hope that this selection will be useful, and everyone will find something new to watch. So let's not waste any time and begin. Number 10. Planet Terror. Written and directed by Robert Rodriguez, Planet Terror is a 2007 action horror film that served as one half of Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino's double-feature Grindhouse. The film takes place in a town plagued by a deadly gas that mutates exposed people into zombies and follows Charity Darling, a go-go dancer who loses her leg after being attacked by the infected. Grindhouse was an ambitious project for Rodriguez and Tarantino, and Planet Terror is a bold homage to 1970s exploitation movies, containing gloriously ridiculous violence and action, with its most iconic image being Charity Darling's machine gun replacement leg. Planet Terror is one of the most distinctive and refreshing modern zombie films. Campy, outrageous, and a ton of fun, Planet Terror is a great 21st century tribute to the B-movie horror films of years gone by. Number 9. Zombieland. Zombieland is a 2009 zombie comedy film directed by Ruben Fleischer. It's set in the aftermath of a zombie outbreak in which survivors are encouraged to avoid forming emotional attachments due to the ever-present likelihood of death. The film follows Columbus, Tallahassee, Little Rock, and Wichita, a small group of survivors making their way to a sanctuary at an old amusement park. The film is a funny and lighthearted horror comedy featuring an iconic cameo from Bill Murray and anchoring itself with Columbus' list of crucial rules for surviving the zombie apocalypse. However, it generates genuine pathos through its themes of found family, especially in regard to the cool, tough, and secretly sensitive Tallahassee. One of the most straightforwardly comedic modern zombie films, Zombieland is a deeply enjoyable watch. Number 8. Dead Snow. Dead Snow is a 2009 Norwegian horror comedy directed and co-written by Tommy Wirkola. The film follows a group of students on vacationing at a remote Norwegian cabin who become the targets of a group of Nazi zombies intent on hoarding their stolen gold. The film escalates to an exciting and gory climax as the students and zombies fight one another with weapons ranging from guns and grenades to hardware tools. One of the best Nordic horror movies, Dead Snow takes full advantage of its gorgeous mountain setting by creating a striking visual contrast between the snow's pristine white and the blood's intense red. The antagonists are uniquely loathsome even for zombies, being undead incarnations of some of history's greatest monsters. Wildly original and entertaining, Dead Snow features gruesome and exhilarating carnage that sets it apart from other zombie movies. Number 7. One Cut of the Dead. One Cut of the Dead is a 2017 Japanese zombie comedy film directed by Shinichiro Ueda. The first act is presented as one unbroken take, following a film crew led by a maniacal director, Takayuki Hamatsu, who find themselves attacked by real zombies during the production of a horror film. However, One Cut of the Dead then reveals several exciting twists and turns that make it hard to describe without spoiling the fun. Grossing a considerable profit on a comparatively tiny budget, One Cut of the Dead was successful with both critics and general audiences. The film is clever, unique, and incredibly funny, providing a heartwarming send-up of the joy of movie making and presenting fun and charming characters. One of Japan's greatest zombie films, One Cut of the Dead is an underrated and inventive gem and a textbook example of doing the most with the least. Number 6. Dawn of the Dead. Written by James Gunn and directed by Zack Snyder, Dawn of the Dead is a 2004 action horror film based on George A. Romero's 1978 original. The film follows Anna, a nurse who finds herself in the middle of a zombie apocalypse and seeks shelter with a group of other survivors in an empty shopping mall. Anna and her companions must contend with the surrounding zombie horde and compelling human drama as they fight for their survival. As Zack Snyder's directorial debut, the film perfectly showcases his talent for creating stylish and energetic action sequences. The film features strong performances from its ensemble cast, a tight screenplay and a fun, self-aware soundtrack that makes good use of multiple versions of Down with the Sickness by Disturbed. Honoring the original yet walking a distinctive path, Dawn of the Dead is among the best horror remakes and one of the 21st century's best zombie films. Number 5. The Cabin in the Woods. The Cabin in the Woods is a 2011 satirical horror comedy directed by Drew Goddard. Taking place in a world in which horror film scenarios are routinely created by a secret corporation in order to appease bloodthirsty ancient Lovecraftian entities, the film follows a group of college students who are the latest victims of the plan. Vacationing at a remote cabin a la Evil Dead, the students find themselves attacked by a horde of sadistic zombies. Culminating in a shocking and cathartic ending, the film succeeds in every area essential to a horror comedy. The jokes are stellar, its satirical takes on horror tropes and audience expectations are spot on, and its monsters, including the menacing and torture-loving zombies, provide some genuine scares. The Cabin in the Woods is one of the most unconventional zombie movies of the 21st century, but remains worthy and refreshing qualities that make it stand out even more. Number 4. 28 Days Later. Directed by Danny Boyle from a screenplay by Alex Garland, 28 Days Later is a 2002 British horror film. It follows Jim, a bicycle courier, wakes up from a coma to find London completely deserted due to the spread of the highly contagious rage virus. Although not technically zombies, sufferers of the rage virus become animalistic and violent to the point of total inhumanity. Commonly considered one of Britain's best horror movies, 28 Days Later is masterfully directed, containing some of the most striking sequences in Danny Boyle's filmmaking career. Taking a provocative and unexpected angle, 28 Days Later explores the political implications of a zombie apocalypse, drawing an equal amount of horror from the actions of the military as from the infected. An essential 2000 zombie film, 28 Days Later deserves its reputation as a groundbreaking modern classic. Number 3. Wreck. Reporter Angela and her trusty cameraman Pablo are following a local fire crew for a segment of their reality television series, When You're Asleep, when the firefighters receive a distress call from a nearby apartment building. An elderly woman has become locked in her apartment, a routine call by any account. The police are already on the scene, so now it's up to firemen Manu and Alex to break down the door and ensure that no harm has come to her. Upon arriving at the building, everything appears normal, but the calm atmosphere at the moment betrays the horrors that begin to unfold after the firemen break down the tenant's door and experience something that no one would believe had it not been captured on camera. Later, as the building is surrounded and quarantined, Pablo continues to roll tape to ensure that whatever the outcome of this terrifying situation may be, there will be some evidence to ensure that the truth gets out. Number 2. Train to Busan. Train to Busan is a 2016 South Korean action horror film directed by Yeon Sang-ho. The film follows Seok-woo, a workaholic father who boards a train from Seoul to Busan with his young daughter, Suin. Soon, they find themselves trapped in the middle of the outbreak of a zombie plague. Set primarily on the titular train, the film follows the journey of an ensemble cast of passengers as they fight off the zombies and attempt to survive until they arrive at their destination. Receiving widespread critical acclaim, Train to Busan was a huge hit at Asian box offices and has become renowned as one of the best international zombie films. The film perfectly balances impactful emotional beats with energetic and genuinely scary zombie action sequences. Exploring themes of fatherhood, class warfare, and interpersonal kindness, Train to Busan is an unmissable blend of genres, excelling as a zombie horror, a riveting action thriller. Number 1. Shaun of the Dead. The first film in Edgar Wright's cornet trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, is a 2004 British horror comedy co-written by Wright and Simon Pegg. The film follows the down-on-their-luck late-20s slackers Shaun and Ed as they attempt to rescue Shaun's family and friends in the middle of a chaotic zombie apocalypse. Like Wright's other films, Shaun of the Dead is impeccably edited and highly energetic. The film is full of hilarious jokes, genuinely heartfelt moments, and plenty of blood and gore, making it simultaneously a highlight of British comedy and British horror cinema. Widely considered one of the best parody films ever, Shaun of the Dead is a loving tribute to zombie films that subverts common tropes, making it not only a great commentary on the subgenre but an essential contribution to its canon. Well, this is it. Share your impressions in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for upcoming videos. Bye.